Was a seafarer denied medical aid and benefits after an on-job injury? Discover how Celestino fought for justice in a landmark case. Learn how the Supreme Court decided this case entitled Celestino M. Junio vs. Pacific Ocean Manning Inc., Mega Chemical Tanker, and Erlinda S. Azucena, GR number 220657, March 16, 2022.
This is Case 33 of 160 cases decided by Associate Justice Mario Lopez, 2024 Philippine Bar Exam Chairman. Subscribe for more.
Facts of the case. Celestino M. Junio worked for Pacific Ocean Manning Inc., Pacific Manning, for 16 years. On January 24, 2011, he entered into a 9-month employment contract with Pacific Manning on behalf of its foreign principal, Mega Chemical Tanker, Mega Tanker, to serve as a fitter on board MCT Monte Rosa. He was medically examined and found fit for deployment on January 30, 2011. On June 15, 2011, Celestino was injured while working on the vessel. The hose of a hydraulic machine he was fixing accidentally detached and hit his left eye. He requested a medical examination, which was denied due to the vessel's departure schedule. Later, on September 11, 2011, Celestino collapsed while changing a fuel injector in the engine room. He was eventually referred to an offshore physician, Dr. Daniel Jenkins III, in Texas, USA. His diagnosis included a partial tear of the posterior retina, sinusitis, hyperlipidemia, and acute gastroduodenitis. Dr. Jenkins indicated that Celestino's illnesses were not work-related. Celestino was repatriated on September 21, 2011, and sought medical treatment from Pacific Manning, which was denied. Celestino then filed a complaint for payment of permanent total disability benefits, sickness allowance, damages, and attorney's fees against Pacific Manning and Megatanker. He consulted Dr. May S. Donato Tan 2 months later, who declared him unfit for duty as a seaman. Pacific Manning contended that Celestino's contract had ended, and his illnesses were not work-related, and he did not request a post-employment medical examination within 3 days of repatriation. The labor arbiter dismissed Celestino's complaint due to non-compliance with the mandatory 3-day reporting requirement for post-employment medical examination. The National Labor Relations Commission, NLRC, reversed the labor arbiter's decision and awarded disability benefits to Celestino, which was then reversed by the Court of Appeals, reinstating the labor arbiter's decision. Celestino appealed to the Supreme Court.
Primary issue in the Supreme Court. Is Celestino M. Junio entitled to permanent total disability benefits, despite the initial findings of the labor arbiter in Court of Appeals?
Decision of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of Celestino M. Junio. It was established that Celestino was medically repatriated and reported to Pacific Manning within 2 days of his return, fulfilling the POA-SEC's 3-day mandatory reporting requirement. The court found that Celestino's medical condition was work-related and arose during his employment contract term. The absence of a valid post-employment medical examination, due to the respondent's refusal to refer Celestino to a company-designated physician, could not bar his claim for disability benefits and sickness allowance. The court reinstated the NLRC's decision, awarding Celestino $60,000 in permanent total disability benefits, $2,792 in sickness allowance, attorney's fees, and legal interest. Important doctrines discussed. 1. Medical repatriation and employment contract terms. The court emphasized the importance of considering the unexpired portion of a seafarer's contract when assessing claims of medical repatriation, rejecting the employer's theory of a finished contract as a cause of repatriation. 2. POEA-SEC compliance and disability benefits. The court underscored the reciprocal nature of the requirements under the POEA-SEC, noting the obligation of both the seafarer to report for post-employment medical examination and the employer to conduct a meaningful and timely examination. 3. Work-related injury or illness. The court clarified the criteria for compensability of a seafarer's injury or illness, stressing that it must be work-related and exist during the term of the employment contract. 4. Permanent total disability benefits. The court ruled that the grant of permanent total disability benefits does not require a state of absolute helplessness but rather an inability to substantially pursue a seafarer's occupation without serious discomfort or risk.